Hello and welcome to this yoga practice. Today's class is inspired by a sentence that I came across the other week where it says that yoga is the science of the West and the heart of the East. And I think quite often it can happen that, especially in the Western world, we get a bit caught up with thinking of how our yoga practice should look like rather than feeling it. So today is really dedicated to dropping back into the body, really feeling through the practice rather than visualizing and having the idea of what your practice should look like. We're moving through a vinyasa flow sequence, and the only thing you need is yourself and a yoga mat. Of course, if you want to use some blocks, please get them ready now, and I look forward to step onto the mat with you in just a moment. So we begin today's practice lying down on the back. So if you come to lie down on your back, bring the soles of your feet onto the mat, about hip width apart. Allow your knees to point upwards. And then bring your hands just very gently to rest on your belly. Elbows are soft, shoulders are relaxed. And maybe lift your head and just curl your chin a little bit closer in toward your chest to begin with. And as always, I invite you to close your eyes if that's comfortable. If you'd rather have your eyes open, then just focus on one single spot on the ceiling above you. And as you come to lie down on your yoga mat, as you drop your awareness into this practice, into this present moment, just notice whether you can relax your body a little bit more right now. Allow the soles of your feet to connect to the earth. The hips are heavy, your back is relaxed, back of the head is heavy, and your shoulders are just sinking down towards the earth. And we're going to move right away into our breathing, our pranayama work for today, our breathing exercise. So let's unite the breath together by taking a nice long inhale through the nose. Draw your breath down into your belly, inhale. And then open your mouth and side out, just gently out through the mouth. Very nice. Let's inhale for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Feel your belly doming up. And as you exhale, release the belly for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pause at the bottom of the exhalation. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath, belly inflates. And exhale for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Navel draws slightly in towards the spine. Very nice. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath, relax your chest. And exhale for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now take 3 more rounds in your own count. And just notice that gentle rising and falling sensation. With every inhale, you're gathering more energy by breathing deep into the belly. With every out breath, you release some of the air, maybe some stagnant energy that doesn't need to be in the body any longer. While you're counting those breaths, feel your belly expanding in different places, even the rib cage moving outwards, laterally towards the left and right side. Maybe your lower back is gently pressing down into the mat. And on every out breath, it's no effort at all. You're just releasing the breath and empty the lungs. Take about 1 more round, inhaling for 7, exhaling, or inhaling for 5 rather, exhaling for 7. Beautiful work, very, very nice. And we continue with that count of 5 and 7, but now change the position we're in. So slightly Bring the feet to the middle of your mat. Bring the soles of your feet together and then drop your knees out wide. So bringing the knees into Supta Baddha Konasana, lying butterfly. And then bring your arms up and overhead. You can either hold your opposite wrist with the other hand. Just as you come to lie down again, make sure your spine is nice and long, your lower back is long. And if it's uncomfortable with your arms completely up and overhead for your shoulders, just bring them into a cactus shape. And as we start to open the body in different ways now, starting to move into our practice very soon, feel if the breath is actually changing. Because again, it might feel easier as you're opening through the sides of your body. Or it might feel more expansive as you have more space to breathe into. So take a couple more rounds, inhaling for 5 and exhaling for a count of 7. While you inhale, notice if you can relax your jaw. And again, the chest, the area of your collarbones completely. As you breathe out, even more so. Body is just gently softening down towards the mat. Take your last round of this breathing exercise. Very, very nice. Beautiful work, everyone. And then slowly release and just find back to a natural deep rhythm of breath now. Bring your arms alongside your body. Take your hands to the outside of your legs and slowly guide your knees back to center. Feet are now hip width apart again. And then you can have your eyes still closed or open your eyes. Extend your left leg up towards the ceiling. And just for a moment, see how much length you can gain in that leg. Flex the left toes towards you. For a lying pigeon pose, bring the left foot on top of your right thigh into the middle of your thigh, just roughly. And then with your left hand, start to guide the left knee open, so more towards the front of your mat. Now, while you do this, notice whether your hips are shifting. You want to keep your hips leveled. You can stay here, starting to open up through the hips like this. Or you lift your right leg, interlock your fingers around the back of your thigh. And then in this version, you start to draw the knee into your chest. And at the same time, you just very slightly push the foot towards your thigh to create a bit of resistance. And now in your lying pigeon pose, for today, we'd like to bring some movement into the body. So gently start to rock the body from side to side. And you might notice the further right you go, the more the stretch is deepening. Maybe it eases off a little bit as you move to the left. And keep this rocking sensation really nice and soft. So as especially our theme today is leading from the heart rather than from the head. Tune into how it feels good, in what way you need to move today, or when you need to maybe just stay in stillness and not do so much. Very, very nice. And then come back to center. Take another in-breath here. Another moment to exhale. Wherever you are now, slowly release the right foot down onto the mat. But keep your figure 4 shape, your lying pigeon pose. Now lift your hips, so press into the right foot, lift your hips and shift them over to the right side of your mat. Actually, this is the wrong side, and I really thought hopefully I can guide you in nice and easy, because it's not an easy one to do it at home if you can't see it fully. But lift the hips and shift them to the left. Now we get into it. And then roll over to the right side. There we are. Left foot is coming down onto the mat. Now take your right hand, hold onto the ankle, and then gently start to open the right knee towards the front of your mat. With your left arm, you can allow it to come into a half T shape or cactus arm. You just want to open up through the chest and the area of the shoulder here. And this stretch is moving more into the ITB band, the outer thigh, maybe even into the glutes for you. So the more you want to increase the stretch, the knee is gently moving forward. The less of a stretch you want, you can bring the knee in towards your chest. And at the same time as you work on those muscle groups to stretch and open up, you're also in a light twist. So start to breathe into this twist. Draw the breath into the belly. Feel the left side body lengthening and opening up. Very, very nice. And then slowly release. Bring your body all the way back through center. Hips come back to center. And then release your left foot down. Moving on to the other side. Extend your right leg up. Again, first of all, just see how it feels to lengthen out through the hamstrings. Flex the toes towards you. And then place your right foot in the middle of your left upper thigh. Option 1, you take your right hand, you guide the knee forward. And maybe you may as well do that, see how that feels, this version today. You could then lift the left foot, interlock your palms around the back of your thigh and take on this version. And even with the foot on the mat, you can now gently start to sway the body from left to right. Try to keep the right foot flexed to protect your knee. And really drop into that feeling mode of noticing the breath, noticing the movement, just being in the moment, allowing the mind to quiet down for now. Very nice. And then come back to center. Just take a moment in stillness. If your leg is lifted, you might want to draw your knees slightly closer in towards the chest. Beautiful work. And then slowly release the left foot. Now we go to the right side. So press the left foot down, shift your hips over to the right, and then roll onto the left hand side more. So the right foot comes over to the left side of your mat. Left hand is holding onto the ankle now. And with your right arm, you can just find any open position here, extending the arm away from the body. Feel the length of your neck here. So don't compromise by shuffling the shoulders up to your ears. Stay nice and open. And then again, gently start to direct your knee towards the front left corner of your mat. And imagine you're breathing into this posture now, wherever you're feeling the sensation. No gripping with the left hand. The hand is just supporting, holding onto the leg. Take another inhale, another long round of inhale. And with your next out breath, slowly release and come all the way back to center. Very nice. And then let go. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Hold onto the back of your thighs. And if that's okay with your back, start to rock up and down your spine a few times. Massaging the whole length of your spine. And then next time you come up, we're going to meet in tabletop. So you could cross your legs and then just take your hands forward and then find your way into tabletop, coming onto your palms and knees. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Untuck your toes so you can really ground the tops of your feet down. And spread your fingers nice and wide so you have a good grip. Now bring your weight into the right hand, so really claw down through the right fingertips and open your left arm out and up. Try to keep your hips really static so the hips stay where they are. It's just the upper body starting to move. If you can now, look up towards your left hand. Make sure the neck is nice and soft still. Reach into your left fingertips. Take another breath here. Very nice. And then slowly release the left hand down. Left hand under the shoulder and then start to explore the right side. Right arm is reaching out and up. Trying to bring the hand in line with your shoulder. Reach into your fingertips. Make sure you stay forward. So you stay over your left hand rather. Take another inhale. And then exhale to release. Now let's start to connect movement and breath for 2 more rounds. Inhale, left arm sways out and up. And exhale to release. Breathe in for the right side. Open up through the chest. Exhale it down. 1 more round. Inhale. Exhale. Very nice. 1 more. Breathe in. Extending to the right fingertips. And exhale, release your hand down. From here, step the left foot forward. slightly to the left outer edge of your mat. You want to keep about hip width distance of feather between your feet, and just have a look that your front knee is above the front ankle. And for today, you really try to lean your weight into your hips so you get a good sensation through the hip joints. Press your back foot down into the mat if you want to increase the sensation. And then take your left and your right hand onto the front knee. Start to guide your left knee forward and then gently push your upper body away from that leg. So you're coming into a slow or a slight back bend rather. Every time you inhale, lift the chest, the sternum. Every time you exhale, relax the shoulders back and down. And make sure you have some core awareness so your lower back doesn't get any tension here. Left knee moves forward, hips are relaxed. So you really try to sink into your hips. Take another in-breath. And then ground your feet down so you really feel the earth underneath you. Take your hands off the leg, and for low lunge, Anja, draw your hands forward and up. Softly relax the shoulders, thumbs are drawing back, and your heart is opening. Take another in-breath. And then for lizard lunge, release your hands to the inside of your left foot. If high lizard works for you today, I would say you curl the right toes under, lift the knee. You can always come back into low lunge, don't worry at all. And then as you lift, have a look at your hip. Your left, actually both hips are lifting, so you're in line with the left knee. Now for lizard lunge today, start to crawl your hands forward. You can either stay there with your arms long, or you start to soften your elbows down towards the earth, coming into more of a bowing lizard lunge. Look at your back foot, lift your heel above your toes, and just really feel the earth underneath your feet and a nice sensation of your inner thighs opening up. Take another in-breath, slightly look forward. And then wherever you are, bring your hands back in towards you. Right hand under the shoulder, and then open your left arm out and up for your twist. If you are in low lunge, you're doing exactly the same, reaching into those fingertips. Now for our first stronger posture for today, we prepare for side plank. Roll onto the outer edge of your back foot. Now from here, step your left foot into the center of your mat so you have stability. Lift your hips. This is option 1, you stay here. Option 2, you try to place your left foot on top of the right and then bring the left arm up and overhead. And if nothing of this is for you today, don't worry. You can take a moment to breathe in low lunge. Inhale, take another moment to lift. And exhale for downward facing dog. Relax your left hand down and start to come up into a downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, bend one leg and then the other. Keep the head and the neck relaxed. Beautiful work. And now let's take that over onto the other side. Relax your knees down. Step the right foot forward. Low lunge. A bit of wider stance. Hands come onto the right knee, and then you start to lift your body away from the thigh. Guide your right knee forward and imagine you're extending backwards with your left leg. Untuck your toes. If you want more of a sensation, just ground your back shin down towards the earth more. As you inhale, lift the sternum. Exhale, roll the shoulders away from the ears. Beautiful work. And then keep your feet nice and grounded. Take your arms off the leg. Low lunge, Uttanasana. Thumbs are reaching back. Hands are nice and open. Take another breath here. Reach into your fingertips. Beautiful work. And then for lizard lunge, release your hands to the inside of your right foot. Again, take the same version you've done on the other side. You can lift the back knee, lift your heel over your toes. Keep that back leg extended as much as you can, so reach out of your heel. And then slowly start to extend your arms forward, maybe lowering down onto your forearms. Right knee, make sure it doesn't drop out or in. The right knee is pointing forward. And you're breathing. You try to find a stretch in your inner thighs and in your hips here. Breathing nice and deeply, again, not thinking, rather feeling through the posture. Beautiful work. And then walk your hands back in towards you. Left hand stays under the shoulder. Open it out into your twist with the right arm. And you know where we're going. We prepare for our side plank. Roll onto the outer edge of your left foot now. Step your right foot into the center. Engage your core. Start to lift your hips already here. And then maybe slowly you start to stack one foot on top of the other. Lifting up through the heart, lifting the hips. And then you can bring your right arm above the head. Breathe here. Take one more inhale. Lift, lift, lift. Beautiful work. And then for downward facing dog, nice and slowly make your way up into a downward facing dog. Well done. Really, really nice work. Pedal your legs out in downward facing dog. Bend one knee and then the other. And while you walk your legs out, now lift the heels, look forward and walk your feet through to the top of your mat. Coming to Uttanasana, your standing forward fold. Relax your head, shake your head loose. And then hold opposite elbows and gently sway the body left and right. Very nice. Come back to center. Release your arms. Let them be heavy. Tuck your chin to your chest. If that's okay with your back, we're going to do it a few times today. You don't have to. Roll up to standing. Vertebra by vertebra. Stacking one bone on top of the other. And then as you lift up, lift your shoulders to your ears. And then slowly drop the shoulders down and away from your ears. And open it out into mountain pose, your Tadasana. Palms are opening forward, knees are softly bent. Now for a few rounds of our vinyasas, our sun salutations, start to inhale, extend your arms forward and up. Palms meet at the top. Exhale, soften and bow, Uttanasana. Inhale, take your hands to your shins or upper thighs, halfway lift. Release the hands for plank. Step the right foot back, step the left foot back into plank. As always, it's your choice. You can choose high plank or bring the knees down for a softer version. Shift the body forward and then lower it all the way down to the mat. Cobra, breathe in, lift the heart. Draw your elbows to your heels. Exhale to release, curl your toes under. Push back into plank or tabletop, wherever you came from. And then come back into downward facing dog on the out breath. Really nice. Lift your heels, look forward. Walk, you can hop or step to the top of your mat, release, roll up to standing, vertebra by vertebra. Inhale, move your arms around the body and up, breathe in, look up, and then exhale, draw your hands down through the heart, back into mountain pose. Let's inhale again, full length. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift the body halfway. To slightly mix it up, step the left foot back first. Step the right foot back. High or low plank, shift the body forward. Lower it all the way down. Inhale, lift the body into Bhujangasana Cobra. Exhale, release, curl the toes under plank or tabletop. Brings you back into downward facing dog. Lift your heels, inhale. Exhale, walk, hop or step to the front of your mat. Release. Inhale, roll up to standing. Arms move around and up, nice long body. Exhale, hands to the heart. Very nice. Hopefully the energy starts to flow. One more round. Inhale, full length. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift the body halfway, lengthen. Release your hands. This time you step or you hop back. I did a bit of both now. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower all the way down. If upward facing dog is your practice, you can lift the knees, open the chest. Exhale for everyone, downward facing dog. Lift your heels, look forward, walk, hop or step to the top of your mat, Uttanasana. Roll up to standing, just one more time. Inhale, arms move around and up. And exhale to release. Now we start to integrate postures into our flow. So we slightly mix it up now. Palms open up. Let's inhale together again. Hands move up. Breathe out, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift the body halfway. Release your hands down. This time, step the left foot back. Open your left foot into warrior two. And then wheel your arms up so they come parallel to the floor. Take another moment here to feel nice and strong in your warrior. Inhale. And then for your vinyasa, exhale, release your hands down. Step the right foot back. Take a round of flow. So again, you're shifting through tabletop or plank. Coming into cobra or up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. From here, extend your left leg back and up. Left leg is nice and long. Then look forward, step the left foot forward between your hands. Ground your back heel down and open it out into warrior two. Imagine your arms reach away from one another. Chest, shoulder blades are broadening. And then for your flow, release your hands down. Step the left foot back. Plank, shift forward, lower all the way or halfway. Inhale, cobra, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful work. Lift the heels, look forward. Walk up or step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward. Now keep your spine nice and long. Circle your arms around and up as you come to standing. Breathe in, look to your thumbs. Exhale, hands to the heart. Very nice. One last round of our vinyasa. Hands are on either side of the body. Inhale, full length. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift the body halfway. As you release, step the right foot back, warrior two. Ground the back heel down. Arms are parallel to the floor. Take another inhale. Exhale for your vinyasa. Step the left foot back. Inhale, shift the body forward. Exhale, lower through your chaturanga or cobra. And we're going to meet back in downward facing dog. Once you're ready, extend the... Ooh, careful with what is behind. Extend the right leg back and up. I hope I didn't scare you there. Right leg is long. Look forward. Step the right foot forward. Ground your back heel down. And then safely make it up into warrior two. Arms are long, hands are reaching away from one another. And then your very last vinyasa, release your hands, step the right foot back, shift forward, lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And breathing out for your very well-deserved downward facing dog. Take a moment in downward facing dog to really feel length in the body. All 10 fingers are grounding down. Your heels are reaching down to the earth. Shoulders are rolling away from the ears. And then let's take a moment in child's pose to soften. Bring your knees down to about hip width, big toes together. And then soften your forehead onto a pillow, onto your hands or straight down onto the earth. Bring your arms around the body so you can completely and fully relax through the shoulders. Notice the change of your breath, the change of your heart rate in comparison to just a few moments ago when you stepped onto your mat. And see if you can slow your breathing back down again. Imagine that count of 5 and 7. Breathing slow and steady. Very nice. And so we can keep the energy up. We're slowly finding our ways back into downward facing dog. Take your time to get there. And from downward facing dog now, walk your hands towards your feet. So bring your body towards the back of your mat. Let your head hang heavy. Gently shake your head out. And then inhale, lift the body halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold with a long spine, come up to standing. Arms move around and up, inhale. And exhale, hands through to the heart. Beautiful work. Now find a wide-legged stance on your mat. So bring your feet away from one another as far, as close as you like. And just have a look that your big toes are slightly turning in. Imagine you roll onto the outer edges of your feet, so your hips are nice and open. And just gently tuck your tailbone under, so you're not arching through the low back. Arms are parallel. You inhale here, you can have a look first, so do it straight with me. You breathe in, and now for your twist, take your left hand, go to the right leg, and like in tabletop, find your way into your twist. Extend into your right fingertips. Inhale back through center. Exhale, right hand to the left leg, twist. Very nice. 2 more rounds. Breathing in back through center. Exhale. Nice open twist. Especially for your last round, feel the grounding through the feet. Feel your upper body in that nice open twist. One last time over to the left. Very nice. And then as you come back to center, inhale here, bring your hands onto the hips, lift the chest, and then exhale, forward folds. If your floor feels a bit far away to reach with your hands, you can have your hands on either side of your legs. Otherwise, for a wide-legged downward facing dog, start to crawl your hands forward. Bring your head in between your upper arms and have a look that the weight sits roughly in the middle of your feet, so you're not rolling into the heels, no toes. The hands are reaching forward, and at the same time, try to extend your hips and your tailbone back. Maybe closing the eyes for a moment, feeling the length in the body. Keep your legs slightly energized by pressing the feet down, lifting out of your hips. Very, very nice. And then to find your way back into down dog, walk your hands in towards you. And wherever the front of your mat is for you, turn your foot forward as if you come into high lunge, and then step it back into downward facing dog. We're going to repeat this, just slightly different. So walk the hands in towards you, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift the body halfway. Exhale, fold, come up to standing with a nice neutral spine. Exhale, hands to the heart. Now we're going to combine Warrior 2 and Goddess Pose, coming into a wide-legged stance to begin with. So from here, you can measure the distance. Sometimes your fingertips are in line with the outer edges of the feet. That might work. And then turn your right foot back out, so you're coming into Warrior 2. Take a moment to adjust, feel steady in Warrior 2. Now as you inhale back through center, hands come up and overhead. Bring your heels in, your toes out, and open it out into Goddess Pose. Nice big hip opener. From here, inhale back through center. Turn towards the left side, Warrior 2. Let's bring that into flow. Inhale. Exhale, Goddess Pose. Breathing in. Breathing out, Warrior 2. And really start to connect to that feeling of flow, of movement and breath. And that joy you can get through that, of being really alive in the movement. Don't worry about how it looks like. Worry more about how it feels and how the breath is flowing. Let's take one more round. Inhale through center. Exhale, Goddess Pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. One last round. Inhale. Exhale, Goddess Pose. Breathe in back through center. Exhale towards Warrior 2. And then for your downward facing dog, release the hands. Step the right foot back. And take a last moment here in down dog to do any movements that you feel you need. Before we start to slow our practice down for today. So once you feel ready, drop the knees down to the mat and come into a seat. And you can sit anywhere on your mat now. You just want to be able to extend your legs forward. Give them a quick shake, quick release. And then for knee pile pose, lift your knee, left knee, across and over the right leg. And as it already says, you want to kind of pile your knees, so bring the left knee on top of the right. Doesn't matter how high it's lifted, just that direction. Option 1, you stay here with the leg long. Option 2, you take your right foot behind you and then sit your hips in between the heels. So whichever version, or your hips in between the heels, that's correct. Whichever version you're choosing now, we come into a fold. So inhale, extend through the arms, and on the out breath, slowly start to soften the upper body forward. And I choose to have my hands pointing up towards the ceiling today to just really invite that gesture of moving again with the heart, with feeling, rather than steering through it with the mind. While you fold forward, let go of any tension in the jaw, the neck, the chest. And feel the breath moving deeply down into the body again. Feel the weight of your sits bones grounding down towards the earth. The crown of your head is moving towards the direction of your feet. Or your knees if you're in full shoelace pose. Very, very nice. And then to come out, connect your hands to the earth and slowly lift yourself back and up. We stay here, so whichever version you're in, taking the right hand to the left leg, left fingertips behind. For your twist, inhale, lift and lengthen through the spine. And on every out breath, slowly start to turn and twist your body. We never want to force the body into a twist, but because you're in this position, you could really use the left leg to hook your right arm around and then guide yourself a little bit into a deeper twist maybe. Keep breathing deep into your abdominal area, your lower belly. Very nice. Take one more inhale to lift and lengthen. And then on your next out breath, slowly release and carefully release your legs. Give them a bit of a shake. And then we're going to move over to the second side. So the right leg steps across the left. The right heel comes further to the right buttock. Option 1 or option 2 with both feet back. Just have a look that you really stay grounded through your sits bones. You find an upright seated posture on the in-breath. And then on the exhalation, you slowly start to surrender into your fold. Again, letting go of any tension in the jaw, the cheeks. Maybe closing the eyes. And just allow yourself to really surrender into this posture. The head again is moving towards the front of the mat so your back can still stay nice and long. And see if you can even send some breath into your back body, where actually most of our lung tissue sit. So breathing into the lower back, middle back, feeling that nice expansion and lift on the inhale. Beautiful work. And then again, nice and slowly start to crawl your hands in towards you. This time it's the left hand that takes the right leg as a prop. Right fingertips behind you. Breathing in to lengthen with every out breath. Just gently twist and turn into your position. Notice again if the left hand can help you guide your way into this posture, into this twist. Take one more inhale to lengthen your back, lengthen out of the crown of your head. Beautiful work, and then slowly release and come back to center. Extend your legs nice and long, give them a quick shake, a quick release. And then it's time to come back down onto the mat. So the feet are hip width apart. Roll your back into that constructive rest again. And to counter quite a lot of our hip openers and the postures we've done today, we're going to move in and out of bridge pose a few times. So ground your feet down, gently press them to the earth, and then lift your lower back off the mat, lift your middle back, and then all the way up into your upper spine. Just as far as you want to lift into bridge pose. And then once you get there, you start to lower again. So you keep it nice and flowy. Lower back, middle back, or upper back rather, middle back and lower back releases. Inhale to lift. Really feel your breath moving down into your belly, that expansion, that lift of the hips, front of the hips opening, and breathing out to release. Take 5 more of these bridge waves. And of course, if you want to take your arms with you, you inhale, arms come behind you, and you exhale, arms float down towards your sides again. If you can now, close your eyes, bring your awareness inward, connecting to that unity of movement and breath. Take a couple more rounds. Your last round. And then once you come up into bridge pose, choose to stay there with your arms relaxed, or bring one shoulder in at a time, interlock your hands underneath your back, and then gently press the pinky fingers, the upper arms down, and just lift a little bit higher into your bridge pose. Tuck your chin to your chest, look toward your navel, and breathe as deep as you can. Beautiful work. Take one more inhale. Feel the hips lifting, glutes slightly engaging. And then release your arms and roll your spine back onto the earth. Very nice. And then from here, bring your knees in toward your chest. Gently rock the body side to side. Give your lower back a little bit of self-care, a bit of love here. And then as you come back to center, start to separate your knees apart for big hip circles. Notice how it feels. Maybe you start with a few smaller circles and then go into bigger motions as you've worked a lot with your hips. Change the direction. Very, very nice. And then to complete our practice today, we're going to move into happy baby. So the knees stay apart. Soles of the feet are pointing up now. You can hold the back of your thighs or take your hands to the outer edges of your feet and then start again to just gently sway the body left and right. Notice if your lower back is lifting, keep your back fully flat on the mat. And then come back to center, back to stillness. You can stay here, or you straighten your legs out. You can hold the big toes as well. And breathing all the way down into the area of your hips, just for a couple more conscious cycles of breaths. Very, very nice. Beautiful work. And then slowly guide your knees back to center. We're going to seal our practice off in Shavasana, traditionally coming into that final rest. So extend your legs out wide, bring your feet really about mat width apart. Feet are flopping out, arms alongside your body. Again, shuffle around for as much or as long as you need to until you can get into that state of full comfort in your home, wherever you're currently practicing. And then as you slowly close and soften your eyes again, just allow yourself to let go of this practice. Imagine now that you're fully surrendering into this space of yours. You allow the weight of your body to be held by the mat. No movement to do, nowhere to be, nothing to do right now. Back of your head is heavy. Neck is relaxed. Shoulder blades feel heavy on the floor now. Your lower back is relaxed. The sacrum, the hips are sinking down towards the earth. Upper thighs are heavy and relaxed. Knees, the back of your knees, calf, shins. The heels are pressing down towards the earth. And the soles and the tops of your feet, all your 10 toes, are now fully relaxed. Relax your belly, the area of your hips, your hip flexors. Relax your chest, the area of the collarbones, the throat. Relax the jaw, bring your teeth slightly apart. Relax your eyes and your eyebrows, the forehead. And notice your body slowly drifting off into that state of complete and full relaxation in your Shavasana. Feel the natural rhythm of breath, the air flowing in and out of your body, keeping you beautifully alive. And to slowly start awakening the body again. Start to deepen the breath again. Find deeper inhalations, exhalations. Then start to move your ankles, your wrists, your fingers, toes and feet. Bring your arms up and overhead and allow your body to come into a full body stretch again. Very nice. And then bring the soles of your feet back onto the mat. Roll over onto any side you feel drawn to into a side lying position. And then if you can, with your eyes closed, slowly make your way back up and find a comfortable seat. And to seal off this practice that you were leading from your heart today, I would like you to connect your left hand to your heart, right hand to your belly, if that feels right to do for you. And then gently bow your head to your heart in gratitude. Say thank you to yourself for showing up. For connecting inward again. I think it's a beautiful way to really feel present and to arrive back home. Thank you so much for sharing your practice and your space. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Have a wonderful day and namaste.